Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes the pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all the... Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one... And the streets start trembling. It's way too many...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. We're excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Dallas Mavericks. And guys, for the Mavericks, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And Chris Paul will be in action tonight, and no doubt he is one of the best in the game. There are a lot of great point guards in the league, but Shaq, is he still the most complete point guard, would you say?
I would say yes. He makes his teammates immensely better with his on-point passing. Ernie, he still showed us the last playoffs that he can still hit that clutch shot.
Yeah, I still say he's one of the best on-ball defenders and basketball hawks at his position.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against Portland. And that was a close call. They pulled it out with a win and just 2 points at that. But it wasn't easy.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that went, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And exploit them they did. They exposed them tremendously. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game that the defense really never had an answer.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Felton. Nowitzki is out there with Matthews. Then it's Williams. Last season for Chris Paul, another strong season. Yet quite a year for him in terms of media hype. He was as strong as ever on the court and off the court.
And that's a great point. He did kind of fly under the radar. It's hard to imagine a first-team Hall of Famer in the future could do that, but a lot of it had to do with Steph Curry kind of coming on to the scene, splashing on the scene, if you will. But he is still one of the top point guards in our league.
Here's Matthews, finishes the break with a slam.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Paul kicks to Pierce. We have a step back. Here's Jordan. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. No reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
No good on that one. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
It's Williams with the drive. Plays it up and banks it in.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
At first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points. And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that ruggedly, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
It's Williams with the drive. It's tipped. Mbah a Moute with the steal. Rejected by Nowitzki. They retain possession. Clippers moving the ball around. Pierce dishes to Mbah a Moute. That is good. Mbah a Moute's got his second bucket of the night.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
And Paul gets it to go in.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And so here is Dallas. It's a 5-point game. Matthews, no one around him. The three-pointer off the mark. The Clippers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Pierce attacking. Paul with the ball. Now Felton defending. Paul passes to Jordan. Pierce against Matthews. Pierce kicks to Paul. Redick inside the line. Offensive rebound. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking it.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
Nobody near jumper. Williams has got 5 points so far.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Paul kicks to Redick. Jordan inside. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Portland.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
Paul kicks to Jordan. Pass to Pierce. For the three. Count the bucket. Pierce has got his second basket. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played. But they happened to catch an opposing team at the very top of their game.
I'd venture to guess, Greg, that if that game was played in their building instead of on the road, they win it.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
.110 left in the first quarter. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good. And it's Perea who picks up the assist. Harris has got his first basket. Clippers leading by 7. Rivers kicks to Green. Johnson outside. Pass to Rivers. It's stolen by Perea. Harris outside. The kick out to Anderson. Offline with his three. The Clippers have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Here's Rivers, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And Aldridge sends it back, and they get it back. Outside for Perea, and taken away by Johnson. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 11. And don't go away. We'll be back at the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Jordan, a man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job, Clark, and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
Yeah, he is. He may not be the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year, but he is certainly the Clippers' Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan's become a defensive beast, an animal defensively, and really the thing of it is he's still learning and growing, and he's going to continue to get better, which is scary.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Boy, have they come out strong. Just some tremendous offense.
Guys fully in control and stroking it well.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Charlie Villanueva. Harris is out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Anderson, and it's Lee in at the 4 slot. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Harris.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Dirk Nowitzki, what can you say? Future Hall of Famer, too many accolades to list. The most important NBA champion and Greg Finals MVP in 2011.
Yeah, and Kevin, history has proven time and time again, you really need a future Hall of Famer on your team to win a championship. Just look at all the teams that have won the title through the years.
Paul kicks to Crawford, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. Third is Chris Paul.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league, and that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
Yeah, typically you're going to find your best free throw shooters at that point guard spot. But it doesn't happen automatically. I mean, these fellas are consistently working and practicing to keep that percentage as high as it is. You know, back to Nowitzki being that Hall of Famer you need to win a championship. Guys like LeBron, Duncan, Kobe, Jordan, Magic, Bird, Isaiah, all Hall of Fame guys who led their teams to the championship.
And here's Matthews for the 3. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Paul with the ball. Williams picks him up. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And talking about Nowitzki as one of the greatest players ever, he's also one of the most unique players ever. His ability to score back to the basket from up to 18 feet really, to me, is unbelievable. Without that unique skill, the Dallas Mavericks have no range.
Rejected by Nowitzki. Passes it to Redick. Kicks to Jordan. Clippers moving the ball around. Paul missing again. Here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 10-1 run. Williams attacking. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Down low. Right wing. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 6. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton's got 3 assists tonight.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
Pablo Prigioni, he's checked in for Chris Paul. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. There's Prigioni. He's covered by Felton. Taken away by Felton. And here's the fast break. Felton leading the way. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Williams for 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Mbah a Moute. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Well, at least he had the presence of mind to change his shot when the defense got on him. You got to improvise sometimes. seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Nowitzki outside. And here is Felton. 17 points in his last outing.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Well, for Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Johnson comes in for Pierce. And it's Austin Rivers in for J.J. Redick. Ball's knocked loose. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better. And guys, for Darren Williams last season, all those injuries finally affected his shooting. 39% from the field last year, the second lowest mark of his career, and he just couldn't create space or elevate to get the clean looks he had grown accustomed to.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Mbah a Moute. And it's Crawford in for Pablo Prigioni. And Dallas also making a switch. Anderson, he's checked in for Matthews. Rivers kicks to Green. To the paint, here's Aldrich. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
And, you know, talking about Darren Williams, last year wasn't all bad. I mean, nearly 7 assists a game, 3.5 rebounds, a steal. Not the stocking stuffer he used to be, but he still battled and still contributed.
Crawford dishes to Rivers, battles through traffic and lays it in. Rivers has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
And they'll keep possession. It's Anderson with the drive. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Williams. They get it back. Lee passes to Villanueva. Crawford with the steal.
I'd like to see him use a little clock here. How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a pretty tightly contested game here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. That was a rough ride in the first quarter for Dallas. They tried to get their legs under them, and that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Well, Williams has been great. He has 17 points, and those 4 3-pointers he's hit have helped him too.
No doubt, Clark. They'd be in a much different position this game if he wasn't knocking down those triples.
Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Pierce out there with Luke and Mbah a Moute. And it's Jordan now for Doc Rivers. It's Pierce with the drive.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
And he makes both free throws. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career. Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey, but you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career, and also for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
Felton kicks to Matthews. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
The basket here gets them back in front.
And it's been a long time coming, partner.
Paul kicks to Jordan. And it's going to be a 3-second call. These players have excelled at setting up their teammates this month. The 2K leaderboard shows us the recent assist leaders. Third is Chris Paul.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Dallas calls timeout.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
Making a change here. Harris has checked in. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. From deep. And Matthews with the basket on the assist by Felton. 8 points for Wesley Matthews.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Calls timeout.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but it just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. The Mavericks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop. A signature bucket for him on that possession. They can get themselves in front quickly with a few more like that.
Harris outside. Bahamute with the steal. Down low, here's Redick. Plays it up and banks it in. Now just a 1-point Maverick lead.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
The Mavericks have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. The first one falls.
2 shots.
Both free throws good from Felton.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Paul dishes to Jordan. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
Boy, you can actually feel it. It's palpable. The energy level on both sides has really gone up a bunch.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
And it's Harris off the drive, puts the move on. Right wing takes the three. Another three for Dallas.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Wesley Matthews on the wing. Nowitzki kicks to Harris. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Again, the miss by Felton.
Hey, there's no denying it. DeAndre Jordan was a force on the boards last season. Led the league with 15 rebounds a game.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
It's Redick on the wing. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Harris kicks to Nowitzki. Matthews goes in. It's rebounded by Paul. The Clippers have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. Here's Jordan. Poke loose. And Mbah a Moute the pass to Redick. Now the Mavericks moving it up. 1:14 left in the third. He feeds it to Pierce. Nowitzki dishes to Harris. Back to Nowitzki. Matthews left side. He kicks to Felton. 6 on the shot clock. Measuring. He's guarded by Mbah a Moute. And there's the shot clock violation. He couldn't get the shot off in time. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Rivers kicks to Crawford. 34 seconds left to play in the third. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. That's on Deron Williams.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Both free throws good from Crawford.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Here's Williams. And here's Anderson from the arc. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 4 assists in the game. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of them.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Puts one up from 19, and the shot is good. And now a 3-point Maverick lead. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Mavericks lead by 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And Los Angeles, guys, shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57% on the floor for Dallas. J.J. Barea is out there with Deron Williams. Then it's David Lee. Then there's Charlie Villanueva. And it's Anderson in at the 3.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Dallas calls timeout. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer, and Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Rick Carlisle was going over with his team in that last huddle. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And Los Angeles with some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Redick comes in for Wesley Johnson. And Paul subbed in for Austin Rivers. And then for Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Villanueva. And it's Matthews in for Anderson.
You know, and getting back to Wesley Johnson, you kind of want to kidnap him and just chain him to a set of weights. I mean, he has all the natural ability in the world to be a difference maker, but he just lacks the strength to do anything with it. I mean, a voracious competitor in college. He's been relegated to marginal production at the pro level, and I really feel like a lot of it is because he physically struggles at times at this level.
Correa, the pass to Williams. That 3 off the mark. The Clippers trail. Crawford dishes to Jordan. 6 for 6. He's got the miss from the field.
You know, on the topic of Wesley Johnson, I remember him in college. I remember the guy who took over games and even showed a certain toughness when he did it. He hasn't gotten to that point here in the pros, so he may soon be entering a crossroads in his career.
Here's Matthews. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. 10 points for Wesley Matthews. And Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another. And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Score of the basket is 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
A different look for the Clippers. Mbah a Moute comes in for Jeff Green. And it for 3. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And stolen by Nowitzki. Pushing it up. And Raymond Felton the bucket on the assist by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 3 assists in the game. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Mavericks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Felton can't get it to go.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Here's Redick. Ball outside. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Paul having a good one. 10 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark. And this offense has really performed at a high level. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Dallas, no good that time either.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Felton against Paul. Back to Felton. Matthews goes in. Feeds to Nowitzki. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar. You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
And that one's good by Pitts.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're up by 2. 1:29 left here in the fourth quarter. Deron Williams is checked in for the Mavericks. .129 left here in the fourth quarter. The dish to Felton. Back to Williams. Outside Matthews. Dallas moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Mejri. Off the left rim and out.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room. That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And Baamute against Matthews. And Williams, here we go, to the middle. Here's Nowitzki. It falls!
Nowitzki, what an offensive force he can be.
Clark, no room for error
Kevin,
here.
got to be perfect from here on out. You're exactly right.
The shot's good from Paul.
This is the red-hot version of Chris Paul right there.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
The kick out to Williams. Reverses. That's a 2 from Matthews. And no good as it rattles out. Jordan, the pass to Redick. Jordan kicks to Redick to tie it up. It's in! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of play.
Dallas calls timeout. The score is tied at 66. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Six seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nowitzki, that's for 2. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. We'll be back shortly. And what great competition we're seeing so far. After regulation, the stalemate, and we'll see now how these two teams and these few minutes of basketball pan out. And it's the Mavericks to start out. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Luke Mbamute out there with Jordan. And it's Pierce in at the small forward. Here's Paul. He dishes it to Jordan. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points. And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now. Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
The Mavericks leading. Correa with it. It's Matthews on the wing. Over to the left wing. Doesn't go either for Felton.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one. Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Nowitzki against Mbah a Moute. Barea, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Paul dishes to Mbah a Moute, and it's sent back by Nowitzki. Matthews into the lane and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Jamal Crawford picks one up.
Matthews having a good one. He's got 17 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
And that's been an important part of his game today. It's really spaced the floor.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 4. 1:25 left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. Crawford passes to Jordan, and it's Pierce in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks leading by 4. Outside, Felton. Nowitzki drives in and uses both hands to jam it in.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old. My goodness, how about the degree of difficulty on that shot?
When you're hot, and he is absolutely scorching.
No one near Felton as he lets it go. Kept alive. And Matthews kicks to Barea over Paul. Offensive rebound, Mavericks.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
To tie it up. The shot is off, and it's Dallas the other way. Here's Barea. Buries it.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Guys, it's come down here to a very important possession.
Yeah, zero tolerance for mistakes here.
It's in!
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. Mbah a Moute with the steal.
A three-pointer here. Well, that's certainly not who I expected to corral that rebound.
Nowitzki, count!
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game.
He was sharp as attack defensively. So often we focus on offense, but this guy with his steals truly fueled them tonight. The entire team fed off of his energy.
I love the